All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, 3 years ago, the Milwaukee Bucks were hoisting the Larry O'Brien Trophy as NBA champions, and they were hopeful that there was more to come off of that. However, the last two postseason trips have been frustrating for the Bucks as the injury bug got the best of them. Milwaukee was eliminated by the Boston Celtics in the second round of the 2022 NBA playoffs, and for my money, that would not have been the case had Chris Middleton not suffered that knee injury. Last year, we saw Giannis injured early on against the Miami Heat, and in spite of the fact that the Bucks had the best record in the league, they were sent home after round number one. So you look at this season, okay, and there's so many questions about the Bucks, and another question just got added last night when Giannis suffered an injury again. At first, it was feared that Giannis Antetokounmpo had suffered an Achilles injury, but right now it is a calf injury. Now, the calf injury is going to sideline Giannis for the remainder of the regular season. Not a lot to go in the regular season, of course. Milwaukee is wrapping up a game tonight after three quarters. They are currently up at home over by 19 points over the Orlando Magic. But at the end of the day, nothing is set in stone because we've seen the Bucks lose some questionable games recently to add even more questions about this team with the postseason around the corner. I mean, you think about it. So many defensive issues for Milwaukee, and I talked about this recently. How this team is still searching for an identity, and that is not good. So close to the postseason, the Bucks right now they have a record of 48 and 31. Assuming they can hold on tonight against Orlando, they'd be 49 and 31 and really would solidify their chances to have that second spot in the East. However, with this calf injury for Giannis, how healthy is he going to be in the postseason? I mean, the start of the playoffs are right around the corner. There's no way in the world that you could tell me that at this point Giannis is going to be 100% for the Bucks, and that's something that really has to be monitored. I know that this team went out and got Damian Lillard last offseason, but if you don't have a healthy Giannis playing at the top of his game, you're talking about a guy who is a two-time MVP, one of the best players in the NBA. If he is not at the top of the game, at the top of his game, excuse me, honestly, I don't think that Milwaukee is going to be a championship contender. With that said, like I said, the squad is still searching for an identity. And then there's a Doc Rivers factor. Doc Rivers took over this team midseason following the firing of Adrian Griffin. And at the end of the day, we've seen enough of Doc Rivers to know what to expect from him for a team that he has coached in the postseason. I've said it before, and I will say it again. Okay, injury aside, the Milwaukee Bucks have not been the same since they fired head coach Mike Budenholzer. I thought that was a panic move by management last year, and it has been a trickle down effect as far as things going from bad to worse for this team. I think when they went out there, clearly it was championship or bust after acquiring Damian Lillard, and of course in doing so you part with Drew Holiday. But the Giannis injury is just the latest pylon for the Milwaukee Bucks, and at the end of the day, I don't see a scenario where you can have Giannis 100% healthy at this state of the game. And when it's all said and done, I really don't see the Bucks anymore as a championship contender this season. Maybe I'm wrong, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a tall task for Milwaukee if Giannis is not 100%. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank all of you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take this time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on the X, formerly known as Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it will be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. Now you can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, and I am signing off. And I'm saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.